Hi everyone! Today we have another GMade kit in the studio, as you can tell by this black ominous box. And today we have the GS01 Sawback 4LS kit. Typical GMade fare, just a plain black box. Just says GMade on it. And then this is the truck we're looking at. GS01. So the Sawback 4LS is kind of an interesting truck because it's kind of a combination of the two original GS01 trucks, starting with the GS01 Sawback, which had the Jeep body on it and then leaf sprung suspension, and then its sister car, the Komodo, which had the truck body on it but the 4-link suspension. And as the name implies, the Sawback 4LS is a 4-link suspension truck. So it essentially puts the Sawback body on the Komodo suspension setup. So kind of a mix there. So kind of an interesting little truck. And it's honestly not going to be much different from the Komodo mechanically. The only thing that's different is the shocks. The Komodo will come with the internal spring G transition shocks, whereas this one will come with, I think, XD aeration shocks. Slightly shorter shocks, slightly different shocks. So that's gonna be the only main performance difference for this. But I kind of wanted a Sawback body car, and I didn't really want to get the regular Sawback kit, and I'll talk about that when as we dig into this box. Typical GMade fare. The box looks very premium and opens very nicely. And let's peel that back a little bit. And again, it says drop the beast, because I've seen my GS02F Palm unboxing. It says drop the beast here. No idea what that means, but whatever. Very first thing out of the box is the windshield frame, the mirrors, the steering wheel, body posts, and the seats for the Sawback body. This is something that's not included in the regular Sawback kit. They did used to sell a kit called the Sawback Sport, which included some of the accessory parts that I'm gonna show you, but still have the leaf springs. But that kit has effectively been discontinued. They haven't restocked those in years, so I'm pretty sure they're discontinued at this point. But you can still get this in this kit, which is why I got this one. Is you get the roll bars, whereas the regular Sawback you don't get the roll bars. And that looks very cool. It's gonna add the roll bar in the back, as well as a little door bar for the driver, the entryways. So yeah, cool little extra accessories. The GMade GS01 chrome, the infamous chrome chassis parts, skid, all that. The metal diff covers, all the bearings. Bearings are again like the other GMade kits that I've unboxed. It is a shielded bearing, not a sealed bearing, so if you're going to be driving in wet conditions a lot, you may want to watch out for your bearings or just replace them completely. All the little axle bits and steering bits. The 4LS comes with the longer Komodo axles, so that's also an upgrade above the regular Sawback. The link set, the part that actually makes it a 4LS. All aluminum links, I believe they're aluminum and not steel. Yep, they're aluminum links. And then the drive shafts. The drive shafts are plastic, but they're very beefy. I've honestly never had an issue with the drive shafts. Another cool option part that this one includes is the optional tube bumper that I had on my Komodo. The little aluminum plate that goes in the front here is not included, but I do have that coming in as well as some other upgrade parts, so I'll throw those in as I build it, and then I'll talk about those when I talk about the finished truck. Here we have those, the XD93 aeration shocks. These are a coilover shock versus the internal spring shocks, like the G transition shocks. The transmission, which has all plastic gears, which some people kind of complained about, but they're very, very thick and very wide cut gears. And even though they're plastic gears, I've never had an issue with any of my GS01s. And honestly, a lot of Tamiya kits come with plastic gears, and I've very rarely had issues with a lot of my Tamiya kits as well. So, especially since these aren't like 6S bashers or anything, they're trail trucks, they're crawlers. These gears work just fine. You don't really need metal for them. Honestly, it saves you a lot of weight. This is also something that's very cool, is they actually include B-block wheels. They're not metal. They are... Wait, are they metal? No, they're plastic. They're definitely plastic. Yeah, for some reason, I thought they were steel. I got my hopes up, but steel looking wheels, but they're beadlocks. But it's still very cool that this kit includes beadlocks, because the newer GS02 kits don't include beadlocks. And I think these wheels are going to look very cool with the Jeep body. And speaking of the Jeep body, here we have the Sawback body. The fenders are pre-trimmed, so you don't have to do that, which is very, very nice. Honestly, it seems like most of the body is already pre-trimmed out. So that's super, super cool. You just have to do some of the straight bits, and that's it. So the accessories I was talking about earlier, it's going to be the roll bar here, and then the bar that'll go across here. And it looks like GMade has actually gone in with a Sharpie, marked for you where you're going to poke the holes for those parts. So that's very cool of them, that they went and did that. And also mark some of the holes for some other light parts, I think. And this is a very large body. With this body on it, the truck actually becomes more like a 1/6 scale crawler, because the original like Willys Jeep is a very small car. So if you're gonna find a driver figure for this, you're gonna have to think much larger. I actually have like a Barbie that I'm gonna stick in here, and hopefully that'll be big enough. But I have some other cool ideas for the body, but again, I'll talk about all that in the finished product. The tires it includes are the same ones that are on the Komodo. They're the 1903 tires. Very similar to the 1904s that come on the Palm, but a little bit more of a simple tread design. And the foams are a little weird. Instead of being like a fully circular foam, they include just like literally just like a stick foam, which is a little weird and a little cheap. But I've really never had a big problem with these foams or these tires. I actually really like these tires. I still have these tires on my Komodo, as well as my Komodo double cab. For most uses, these are perfectly good tires, and don't really have any complaints about them. They're 1.9 tire, but they're a little bit on the short side, so that is something to keep in mind. They're not the super tall 1.9s. And the final thing in the box is, of course, the instruction manual, and then the decal sheet, and then some other like parts reference stuff. And that's everything in the box. So that's everything in the box, and I'm very excited to get this thing built up. You can see I already have 2 GS01 chassis, and I really enjoy the GS01 chassis. It's honestly one of my favorite platforms. And I know in some other videos I say like, oh, I have so many RC cars, I don't need the 2 of the same thing, and here I am with 3 of the same freaking truck. but I'm justifying it. I'm justifying it to say that because I already have the same trucks, they're not serving the same purpose. They're serving different purposes, and then already having parts for these trucks makes it so it's easier for me to work on the trucks. So that's kind of how I'm like justifying it in my mind. But yes, I know for people that are yelling at me in the comments, yes, I have technically 3 of the same truck now, but regardless, I'm gonna have a lot of fun building that, and then having it alongside these other 2 trucks. And now I kind of completed my GS01 collection. I have all versions of the GS01 technically. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope everyone has a great day and have fun with RC.